Good afternoon on what is a mild, bright and sunny day. It is Monday the 29th of September. I'm in the reading Nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And a box to continue unboxing. And what I've got here is a copy of This Is How We Roll, a queer anthology. It's edited by Rosie Thor, and it's from Page Street YA. There we go. So, adventure is for everyone. Journey through the crossroads of queerness and TTRPGs with stories exploring gender, relationships, and queer existence while rolling dice and kicking ass. They came to slay dragons. Your friends gather around a table, character sheets at the ready. You dive into the fantasy, a dark dungeon crawling with enemies, the journey promising wealth or ruin, victory or defeat. Your party forges onward. Roll perception. Roll stealth. But not every question can be answered by the roll of the dice. Decisions like when to trust, how to love, and who we are can't be outsourced to a D20. We don't get skill modifiers in real life, and we definitely don't get fireball, but that doesn't mean we can't still find ways to access magic in our day-to-day. From exploring gender identity with an oath-bound paladin to playing out an in-game romance with your best friend, tabletop role-playing gaming paves the way for new relationships and shows us the richness of the worlds we inhabit, both fictional and real. Within these pages, adventure awaits, but first, it's time to roll for initiative. So, we've just got a simple replication of sleeve on the inside cover, and I picked this up because essentially I am always interested in role-playing culture, wherever it may end up, see how it develops, and see how it's adopted and adapted, and absolutely there is room in the hobby for this and associated stuff of play. I mean, I've got no problem with that at all. And I mean, that's you know, that's a big change, I suppose, from when we started. Almost no queer voice in the hobby whatsoever, and no real queer voice in our culture in general. It was there, you know, but I mean, it wasn't, and it was often derided, unfortunately. Things are, in many ways, much better than they once were. So, hence we have this book, hence we have the scope for this book to be published and find an audience, you know, and be able to pick this up at your local friendly comic book store, or, you know, so on, from Amazon or wherever, without any difficulty. So, table of contents, how to gather the party, and I like the first off. I think essentially, presuming there's going to be, well, there is only 12 entries. I kind of wish there was 20 entries so you could roll the die each time, because otherwise they should have done it on a 12-sided die. But nice use of sort of like the polyhedrals to sort of like separate sections in the book. So that's gathering the party, and there isn't, you know, this is quite lightly presented. It's not text dense. But there's relatively little to break it up in, apart from those dice. Although, I mean, Captain's Log, essentially, you know, this is, we're looking at science fiction gaming and presumably something akin to Star Trek there. So, I'm flipping through, see if there's anything in sort of like, you know, that's probably the, yeah, so they're relatively short chapters, short essays upon the queer experience within gaming. And we've got some actual examples of sort of like play being used as part of the storytelling device. It's probably one of the longer sections. And this is over time, you know, basically it's breaking it down sort of like into the events, the times when that happened. And that brings the collection to a close. We've got a section here about the authors, so that's nice biographies of each. And that brings this is how we roll to a close. Well, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxing in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box, typically containing a role-playing game, supplement, or scenario, or in this case, a book about the queer experience of playing fantasy role-playing games, which I will unbox and talk about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so. All, of course, accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Thanks for watching. I will be back again soon with another unboxing in the Nook. Bye for now.